What's up, Grizz Nation? I am Meghan Triplett. I got John Roser on the other end, and today we got a special 3-point stands edition presented by Mountain Dew. You see him. It's Grizzlies player Justise Winslow. He is quarantining in his home, but I'm excited about this. Justice, how have you been?
I've been pretty good trying to make the most of this weird situation.
Well, we know it's official though. He is sitting here wearing Grizzlies gear, so it is official. He is a member of the Memphis Grizzlies, and hopefully we get to see him play soon.
Very soon, hopefully.
Now, Justice, where are you quarantining? Are you still in?
I'm in South Florida, Miami.
Okay. South Florida. Now, we've kind of been following along on what you've been doing. We've seen the hairstyle change. The beard's getting a little fuller. It looks good. It looks good. Is quarantine life treating you well?
Yeah, I mean, it started a little rough. I got a little lost, almost, too much free time on my hands. But I found my couple of shows on Netflix. I've been watching those, working out as much as I can, trying to stay safe. And recently I've been cooking, so I'm trying to learn some things.
Oh, I learned to cook in the last probably 3 years. I've learned to cook a little bit. What's your favorite thing to cook so far?
I don't know if it's my favorite thing, but I'm on these vegan Beyond Meat patties right now.
Love them, man. I love them. I love them.
I marinate them in barbecue sauce and jerk sauce and some Creole seasoning, hot sauce. Sit them out, let them thaw out, and then I got a little grill in the kitchen. So I just,
Well, you got to do some veggies with them, don't you?
Yeah, every now and then, maybe.
Sweet potato fries or something like that,
Potatoes. I do potatoes.
Do potatoes with it. But do you like the Beyond? Shout out to Beyond Meat. I do I get the ground beef, like the spicy ground beef Beyond Meat, and I make vegan tacos with those.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so that's something you can do too, man. No, shout out to Beyond Meat. They're great.
Maybe we should have a cooking show. You guys I eat Beyond Meat, but I don't saute them or do all these different sauces like you guys.
Hey, we used to do a segment on Chris Vernon's show called Vegan Corner. Maybe we get Justice in and Justice can do Vegan Corner for us.
The plan is next year when I turn 25, I'm gonna go vegan. So I'm trying to work on it.
Now, what's kind of your inspiration and why 25 is a vegan life for you?
It's a big thing. When I turn 25, I'm gonna just go crazy with the environmentalist wave and the green wave and all that. So that's part of it for me.
No, it's a smart thing to do, and I'll relate to this as a guy that the Grizzlies used to have in Marc Gasol. Marc Gasol was he played his high school career in Memphis and then ended up playing for the Grizzlies, went over to Spain for a little bit. But he was very, I don't want to call him fat, but he was very full. And when Mark started growing his own vegetables, shopping at places like Whole Foods and Fresh Market and things like that, and he started going with it was fish, very lean proteins and everything. And you see how his body's completely transformed. And a lot of athletes will say that as you get older, you better switch up your diet if you want to remain healthy. And you're a player that, unfortunately, you battled injury issues. So I think it's probably something you definitely feel like you need to do.
Yeah, I think I got 10 more months. So I'm going to eat all the barbecue in Memphis, eat all of it up. But they say they got some good vegan apple sausage something. I don't know. It's all out there, so.
All right, so we need Grizzlies fans to go ahead and just bombard your DM account right now and give you all the vegan places to go to in Memphis, Tennessee.
I need all of them.
Now, Justice, I know you didn't get to experience Memphis for very long, but with being in Memphis, Tennessee, so far, what has been your favorite parts?
For me, I'm originally from Houston, Texas, and then I spent 1 year in North Carolina. Then other than that, I've been in Miami, and so it just feels great to be back in the South. Just the whole culture, everybody's pretty nice and just happy, and your neighbor will help you out if you ever need anything. So just the culture of the South, that's just been the best part. Feels like home.
So you've got a basketball goal in your driveway?
Here in South Florida, yes, and in Memphis, but the one here is a little bit more open, more room.
So what kind of is it like do you have like a free throw line and a 3-point line or anything like that?
I actually do have it painted. I got it painted over quarantine. The line.
Perfect. So you can do all the drills you want to do.
Yeah, I could do it all. I don't really have corners. I have like just like the top of the key, kind of like the free throw lane and like a little wider than that and up. I don't really have like the wings and the corners.
So I talked to assistant coach Brad Jones just a few days ago actually, and he said he's been kind of working with you. You've done some Zoom calls with him. What is he really having you work on the most?
I think just the mental approach. I haven't been able to get on the floor yet with the Grizzlies, so just keeping me fresh with all the terminology, all the plays, all the actions. That's just been the biggest thing is trying to build that connection without being able to play. And just, so when I do come back, I'm, right there with the guys as far as all the terminology and things like that.
Now, with being home, it's always hard to work out from home. I'm having a big issue with it. I have not done a good job like I should be. Does it take you back to like kind of like your childhood days of like playing basketball in the driveway?
For sure. Like the first couple of weeks of quarantine, I was out there all day, and it's just funny because when you're inside and you're practicing and the coach is working, you're like, oh, I'm tired. But you go outside and play, and it feels like you can just play, all day with your friends. So I definitely found that joy, that love for the game. It just kept growing over this quarantine, just being outside and, playing with my brothers and messing around, shooting trick shots. So it's been fun, and, I've been able to kind of feel like that kid again.
If you had a full court, you could run ladders.
No, I'm good.
Those are the worst ever in basketball practice. The coach says, all right, we're going to do some sets of ladders. It's like, oh, no, man, no.
Nah, not me. I do some sprints in the front yard, but not any ladders.
Now, Justice, something else that it seems like you're finding the love for again is music and Twitter. I follow you on Twitter. I try to keep up. Sometimes I can't tell if it's a music lyric. Is it something that you're writing? Is it some philosophical, mental thing that you're going? But I know, you do Freestyle Fridays. Well, it's Friday. Do you got anything planned for Freestyle Friday?
I got a couple music homies. They'll probably come over, play some of their beats. We'll just freestyle. But I might drop an album in July. I just might. We'll see. But yeah, I'm don't take my Twitter too serious, but take it serious. There's a lot of mystery in that.
Ooh, okay.
Hey, when you're about to drop it, are you going to do like Kanye does and just start going on Twitter rants left and right?
I think I'm already doing that. So
I think you've been doing it too. You and Jaron gonna have a collab?
We already got one, but yeah, I'm gonna get Jaron on there probably.
All right, so you hear it first on 3 Point Stands. An album could be coming out. Do we have a title of this album that you might drop in July?
The album is mine, but it's also like a little alter ego. But it's Mr. Orange Juice, and it's called Not From Concentrate.
Oh, so can you explain your alter ego a little bit more for us, please? I mean, I have so many questions.
He's this young Black adult. He's like 22 years old. He loves to skateboard. He has an older sister and a younger brother. That's all I can give you right now.
Oh, that was a lot.
He has like dreads. He always wears a beanie. He has a tattoo that says "Lost and Found" on his hand. So he's cool though.
Rosa, I think you have some questions about this alter ego. Your face is like.
What I have is, what number are you wearing?
7.
I got my next Grizzlies jersey right there. I got my name. But no. I'm gonna get the Mr. Orange Juice. I'm gonna get that put on the back of it. I'm not gonna get Winslow.
He's gonna have merch. He's gonna have the whole 9.
Oh, I'm all over it.
Can we get merch on 3 Point Stands, please?
Yeah, we get some merch. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Now, there's one question before we get to some serious topics. Is something that you tweeted a couple of weeks ago, and I feel like it's always the question. It's kind of like it's a hot dog, a sandwich, but is water wet? Did you figure out? You tweeted that out. I don't know if you were looking for answers. Did you figure it out?
I really tweeted that to make my friend mad because he tweeted it like the day before and he didn't get any responses. So I just tweeted it. He actually did get responses, but I just tweeted it just to be like make fun of him. But I don't know. Yeah, well, I think water's wet. So
It is. I think it is too.
Got a bottle of water right here. I mean, I think if I poured it on my hand, it's wet.
Consider wet. Oh, okay, let's get to some serious topics and some serious points, because throughout the whole month of May, it is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I know that's something that you are a huge advocate of. And throughout the Grizzlies, throughout the whole entire month, we've been doing Mindful Mondays through Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee. First, let me just ask you, just why is it so important for you to be such an advocate of mental health awareness?
I mean, it's important. I mean, it's more important than your physical health almost, and they both correlate. But I just had this friend growing up, and he would always ask me, "How are you doing? How's your mental?" And growing up, I guess I wasn't very aware of it, so I was always like, "What do you mean my mental?" Like, And then I got older, and the questions started to hit different. But it's very important. I mean, I read a book over quarantine, How to Un-F Yourself. I don't want to say it, but I read that book. It helped me out a lot. Just being able to understand that your thoughts, you aren't your thoughts, and people have crazy thoughts, dark thoughts, all the nine. So that book helped out a lot. But I'm just a big advocate because I know I'm not going through it alone, and I used to be, I still am. I get kind of nervous and self-conscious about talking about it, but I know that it has a profound effect for others, me doing it. So that's the biggest reason. It's not a topic that I just want to write a thesis paper about, but I know it's important for the world.
It definitely is. And I know, as you mentioned it, sometimes it's something that a lot of people are nervous or scared to talk about, especially when you put it all out there. And you've done a lot of different stories and trying to help others. What inspires you to be so vocal? That's like the biggest step, is to kind of like put your story out there a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I spoke at my high school last fall, like the beginning of high school, and I was so nervous. Like I almost backed out of it 2 days before, the day before. I was like, I don't, anxiety going through the roof. But I don't know. I just know I have a bigger purpose, than basketball, and that's just to help everyone reach their potential, and that mental health aspect's a huge part of it. And we don't need to talk about it all day, but we need to take that time and make time for it every day. So for me, photography is something that I enjoy, and so I did a project last year where I would wake up and watch the sunrises, and it was my time, my space, start the day off right, and eventually I would start doing it with other people, and my mom would go with me, my friends, my housekeeper. I went with my old coach, Coach Spolstra. We talked. So I made that into a project, and I kind of had an exhibit where I kind of explained, why I did this, my hobby for photography, and the mental health side of it, being able to go and how it was relaxing, how I was able to clear my mind and understand things and get a lot off my chest. Like I was having some deep conversations with people. So I actually, made that come into fruition, and I had a exhibition / party here in South Florida last winter. So I like it, but I like to make it, also fun. I don't like to just sit down here and say, "What's your problems? What are you going through?" But how can you spin it so that people want, to kind of talk about it and they feel safe, comfortable, all that.
Yeah, I think the important thing for just like anybody who is dealing with mental health is you find a hobby, find something, whatever it is that kind of takes you. If you've ever seen the movie Happy Gilmore, it's kind of, he's got a happy place, like
Yeah.
whatever you can do that kind of helps you relax. Like for me, I'm dead serious about this. I go for walks. Like I will just go for a walk, and there's like this neighborhood that's pretty close to me that has these super nice homes and everything, and it's beautiful there. And I walk around the neighborhood and I just like look at all the homes and everything, and it's something that relaxes me. I won't have headphones on or anything, like it's just totally relaxing. So people just find what makes you feel good. as far as for your mental health?
Yeah, I mean, I'll send you guys a video, but it was pretty dope the way I kind of tied it all in together. I had a friend. Oh, we're getting into it. I had a friend last summer. I was staying in LA and I was waking up early, and because I was in the routine of watching the sunrises, so I was already in that routine. So I was waking up early and working out. And so one morning I wake up and he sends me this song called 5 a.m. Grind. Like he's an artist, so he sent me the song. And so I made the video before talking about my mental health and how I would wake up and go see the sunrise, and it kind of went right hand in hand with this song. So I'll send you the video. It's not making any sense right now, but I'll send you guys the
Oh,
video.
please do, and please tweet it out, 'cause I know it's something that I think a lot of people, will benefit from.
Honestly, I've been too nervous to release it to the public, honestly. But I'm there.
I mean, I totally understand. Like you said, you still get, even though you do talk about it, and it helps, you still will get anxiety. People, everyday people, including athletes, you battle anxiety, depression, like all kinds. I mean, DeMar DeRozan, Kevin Love are two athletes in the NBA that have also been very outspoken about it.
For sure. We'll see.
Well, think about it, because I know, I've gone through depression, anxiety, and I think a lot of people, no matter what job field you're in, it's just how you deal with it. And I know, as you mentioned, you said friends and your family has been a huge, help to you. It's always someone to lean on, but some people don't have, those people to lean on sometimes. At times.
Yeah, for sure. I remember when the dark days were starting and I was going through it. I just decided in the off season just to go home to Houston and spend the off season in Houston, and that was big for me because for probably 80-90% of my day I'm seen as Justise Winslow, number 7 for the Memphis Grizzlies, and going home, that's not the case. Granny don't care, my friends don't care, you know what I mean? So just being able to go back home and just be Justise Winslow, the kid from Fresno, Texas, I was able to find just the love for life again, really just surrounded by my family and my friends.
Justise, I know, as you mentioned, like going through dark days, and it's hard to not kind of think about what we're going through right now, because I think the whole country is going through some dark days, some dark months. It feels like with the pandemic, and then especially with what we're seeing that's happening with police brutality, the deaths of Ahmaud Arbery and George Floyd. What are just some tips that you might have, and how have you kind of processed all that? Because it also deals with a lot of people's mental health of just seeing what's going on in the world today.
I mean, just as far as dealing with the police, it's the unfortunate truth that, as a Black man, we're not always looked at as the same. It's just something that, that's just how America is, unfortunately, and other parts of the world. And so for me, just learning to be super cordial with the police. I mean, I think that's a big step. Just not letting situations escalate. Just abiding by the rules and following the law. But change needs to happen, and I'm a big advocate for it. Trying to use my voice and my platform to bring awareness. Create the change, educate people. And so it's a crazy time we live in. I don't really know any other words to describe it, but I think together, that's the only way we're gonna get through it. Black, white, yellow, purple, Jewish, Christian, Muslim. It doesn't really matter. I mean, when the aliens come, are we gonna just turn on each other or what? So, that's kind of my 2 cents. It's just follow the law, and just try to be as cordial, as you can when you are in those tricky situations. But it is unfortunate that, these deaths and this police brutality, it keeps occurring.
Well, one of the guys on your team who is a teammate now and was your teammate in college, who it's really hit home for, is Tyus Jones, who, he's from Minneapolis. So I actually want to get to this, because this might be my favorite tweet of all the tweets you've had. And I want to know if you gave him the nickname Stones when you said, "Stones been hooping. my favorite tweet ever.
Nah, I didn't give him that. I'm not sure who gave him that, but I mean, he's always had that clutch gene. I mean, even in high school, he didn't play on the most talented, AAU team, but he led them to Final Fours and all the big tournaments. And then at Duke, he hit, a lot of big shots that put us over the hump and help us, win the national championship. So I guess, Stones is just that stone cold killer in crunch time. The big kahunas, the whole thing.
I need Stone's been hooping and then your Twitter handle right below that. I need that in quotations on the shirt.
Man, the whole Twitter thing, I think I got to start being a little more quiet, man.
Please don't. No, please don't.
You've had some funny tweets, but you also had some serious, like today. I know you tweeted a lot about what's going on in the world right now. And so I know you said you've always you use your platform for some good. So some of your tweets are absolutely amazing and you're doing a great job. You are. Don't go silent on us. You cannot go silent. That's what they want us to do. You can't go silent.
No, I won't go silent, but I'm gonna keep using it just in a fun, positive way. But there's the mystery in all the tweets.
So how do we break this mystery? Like, what do we have to do to solve this mystery? Do we bring you back in a couple of months? Are you gonna be dropping some hints? Like, what is it?
I'm gonna forever be the mystery man.
He's like the Riddler. He's like the Riddler.
Yeah, I love riddles. I make riddles for my family, my friends, and like make them figure it out.
Well, you know what? You keep being the mystery man. That is fine. I gotta figure out something. I'm gonna think about it. But something that's not gonna be a mystery for too long is, and the next couple of days, we'll be hearing more about when we will get to see you guys back out there playing again. We don't know just yet, but more and more information is coming out there. So what is just your message to the fans about still being hopeful and just being excited about what's to come and how we end this season?
And we're going to put on a show whenever they let us lace it up, whenever they let us compete. The whole NBA is going to put on a show like we always do, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be a different format, I think. The games are going to be a little weird. Won't be fans, but we're gonna make it worth it. We're gonna play our hearts out. But just me personally, I've just been waiting to put on that jersey. I was supposed to play in our next game, and it didn't happen in Portland. So I'm just excited. I've been grinding, but I miss the team. There's just something special about this team. It reminds me a lot of my Duke team, just as far as the chemistry and the connection. So just being able to be a part of that. The medical team is amazing. They helped me get healthy, super fast. So I love Memphis. It's just been a blessing just to be a part of the Grizz family. And hopefully we can bring a championship soon. So
hey man, that would be awesome. I could say like I have loved you and wanted you to play for the Grizzlies since I saw you that lone season at Duke. Even though I grew up a Carolina fan,
we all make mistakes.
We got so many Duke guys on the team.
We do. And you know what, Justice? I did a post-grad program at Duke. You were not. I was old. I'm old, so you were not there yet. However, I do have a lot of Duke ties, and so I am a fan of yours. I love all the Dukies. All the Dukies can come.
Make good decisions. There you go.
Well, Justice, we appreciate you coming on 3 Point Stands presented by Mountain Dew. It's your first time. We got to bring you back. We hope to see you soon back here at Memphis, Tennessee, and out there on the court soon.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Look out for the album, Mr. Orange Juice, Not From Concentrate. Keep following the tweets from the Mystery Man. But I love you guys. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for having me on.